like
We're live.
we're live.
We're
We're
live.
live, Devout, and we've got we're back. The trio. We're the trio.
We're back. That's it.
We're trio.
Mhm.
We got Morrow. We've got who's the other guy? What's the other guy's name?
Slightly. No, that's what's his name.
Slightly and
It's like,
Oh, I don't know the guy's name. The Alien Earth guys, yeah.
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 So listen, just before we carry on, you know the friend of Slightly. He was in my. He was Corey Hawkins' best mate.
Yes, I know.
I saw it and I was just like, oh my god!
And the man under the basement, the man in my basement. He's the buddy.
He's the.
He's the buddy. I thought this guy just looks the same, man.
I know. Anyway, listen, look, we're digressing. So, listen, fellas, great to see you. How you been?
Me. Good. Can't complain. Still got the thing on my foot.
Oh
What's
man,
going on? Sometimes when I walk with this, I feel like
Robocop.
Ripley in like the Aliens 2. Just like, get away from her, you bitch.
holy shit, man! What do they say? How long do you have to wear it for?
Till December, till just before Christmas.
Oh,
It's long, man. Long.
Long walk. And there's you can't sign that one, can you?
I can't what?
We can't. People can't put the names on that one.
Yeah,
Can
you can
No.
You can't sign on that. No.
It's the same actual. Henry Cavill. Go to his Instagram page. He's got the same brace as me. Whatever injury, I don't know what injury he done, but he's got the exact same brace as me. I saw it yesterday.
Is it? Wow.
Yeah, go to his Instagram, you'll see it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because he got injured making was it Highlander or something?
Highlander.
Yeah.
And then Tom Holland got injured as well doing Spider-Man.
Is it?
Someone's
they had to
going
shut
along
down.
them across them sets and trying to long it.
Yeah, I know. So listen, it's great to be back on the episode. So this week we are doing episode number 353, Deval.
353. Him, you, and me.
Him.
That's when people log off. They're like, oh.
So cheesy. These guys, listen, guys, we're not cheesy. We promise you. We're the Flixters. We've been doing this a while now. This is 353 episodes. So the three of us, we're going to get into this episode. We have got 2 movie reviews this week. We're going to be speaking about The Man in My Basement, and we're going to be speaking about Him, which are new releases, one on cinema and one on streaming. But before we do that, Manny and Deval, what we got?
I've got a couple of shout outs, just real quick ones. The first one goes out to Ciel Noir 3. Big friend of the show. You saw her a few weeks ago when we did Weapons. Just gave us a shout out on Instagram. I think she traveled to Korea, I believe, South Korea, in her travels. Never know, one day she may come and travel across the globe to the UK, and maybe we'll do an episode in person. You just never know.
You never know.
But yeah, big shout out to her, and see you on the show soon. Maybe before Christmas, who knows? But big shout out to Ciel Noir 3. Go check out her page. Next shout out goes to Zakharov. I'm going to see him soon. Zakharov.
Again,
go check him out on
get him
Instagram.
on.
Yeah, no, we are going to get him on when we do Old Good Boy. That's the one. Good Boy. The dog that sees ghosts. So he mentioned that to us months ago, and that's coming out soon, I think, in the UK. I hope it's coming out soon where he is as well. So either way, we're going to wait till it comes out so he can see it. We can all see it, and we can all.
That's still a crazy concept, though.
Yeah,
for an idea.
Some people
There's
believe
a lot
it's
of
true.
buzz.
Yeah.
They have some sort of sense.
Lassie.
I love a mango lassie. I love a mango lassie.
This guy, man, he's on a roll today. So listen, those are your shout outs. And remember, folks, Emmanuel, where can people watch this? Where can they get us?
On all your social media platforms: X, Insta, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok.
Yeah.
We're TikToking now, innit? TikToking.
Yeah, TikTok. You know what? It's actually really good. I've been TikToking more than anything at the moment, and there's more views on TikTok than anything. So you may have to just focus on that.
Those Gen Zs, the Gen Zs, man. We got to capture that audience. All right, so listen and remember, folks, if you've seen any of the movies or any of the stuff that we're going to be speaking about on this week's episode, please do tag us at the Flixters. Let us know, message us on all those platforms, and you know what, start a dialogue with us, and we can maybe get you on the show as well. All right, let's get into movie news. Now, listen, this next piece, this bit of news that I want to speak about, this isn't new to Hollywood, and what I mean by that is sometimes, films get made and there's an incident that happens in real life where the film studios, they're like, you know what, actually, it's not in the best interest, or let's just kind of be sensitive about what's happened of it. I remember this happened with Batman. Do you remember when there was Christian
Batman?
Bale? What was it? The Dark Knight? I think it was the Dark Knight.
Dark Knight Rises with the cinema shooting in
Exactly.
Colorado, was it?
It was in Colorado. So what they did was there was a nutter just kind of opened fire in a school. Obviously, that's a big thing in the United States, gun control and everything. And then Warner Brothers and Christopher Nolan, they were like, let's hold it off a bit.
It was a cinema. Remember, he went in dressed as the Joker or something.
Joker,
yes.
Yeah.
So this happens, and on TV, like this has happened, and this is I read about this, but I didn't quite get this. So Manny or Deval, explain this. What's the Savant? Why Apple TV has postponed this, and what did Jessica Chastain say?
Yeah, The Savant is a TV show on Apple that's meant to be really good. Jessica Chastain's main star, and it's about an organization. She works with an organization that track and monitor online extremists and hate organizations and stuff like that. And these organizations are online plotting and planning to do or commit attacks, and that would be attacks of terrorism or hate crime, for example. So she works for that organization, and obviously what happened with Charlie Kirk and the fact that it's people that are perpetrating a hate crime, or I don't know if it's been designated as a terrorist attack, I'm not sure, but it's basically people that are committing violence because of people's beliefs and because of their ideologies.
Wasn't Elon Musk trying to incite, or he got accused for inciting violence or something like that? Because
when it was the UK, there was like a protest in the UK, and then he beamed himself on the screens and said "fight back" or something. Or
yes, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was. They thought it was insensitive, and they thought, okay, let's postpone the launch of Savant, of the Savants, and that's basically what's happened, and it's happening all over the world. So even here in the UK, there was a terrorist attack in Manchester, northwest of England, that happened recently against the Jewish community, and there's attacks that happen all over the world, unfortunately. But this is the world in which we live. Hate manifests in people's minds and it spreads online, and organizations have got to try and stop it from turning physical. So
what did Jessica Chastain, did she say anything specific? Was she pissed off about it? Was she like,
she actually was saying that it should still go ahead because it also celebrates the people that are pivotal in tracking down these hate groups and stopping them. So she wanted to see two sides of the coin. Yes, hate exists. We shouldn't all go into our shells because it exists. We've got to still live on and carry on, but celebrate the people that work tirelessly to stop it. So she's like saying, no, it should still happen, but no, it's been postponed. She's not happy about it.
Which is a valid point as well. Yeah, so it's kind of really hard, right? Like, kind of how to manage this stuff, entertainment and shit that happens in real life. Yeah, so it's something that we'll obviously watch and we'll review on this show, and we'll speak about it at some point. So when that comes through, we'll definitely, the three of us will watch it. Now let's move on a bit on this. Something a bit lighter, something a bit. I remember, man, like back in the 80s, Miami Vice was the show. It was cool. I remember the theme tune, Jan Hammer, that famous, like, the keyboard riff and everything. Man, who didn't want to be Crockett or Tubbs, man? It was just like one of those things.
Famous. That theme tune was so famous, and the sound was just typical of that era. Like you had Airwolf. I'm sure Airwolf had that sort of similar.
Oh man, see, there you go. That whole period, Airwolf, like Manimal, and like all that Knight Rider and all that shit. But Miami Vice was one of those cool things, and it was big in the 80s. Michael Mann. Then they did a remake. I can't remember exactly. It was what's the name? Irish guy. Who's the big Irish guy? Farrell, Colin Farrell.
Oh yeah.
And who played Tubbs?
Tubbs.
This was what, the 2006 one or
2006 one. So it was Colin Farrell, was
Jamie,
Don
was you talking
Johnson.
about Jamie Foxx?
Jamie Foxx, that was it. So it was it was Jamie Foxx and then Colin Farrell, and now it looks like, according to the grapevine, fellas, what's going on? We're getting another one.
Yeah, so getting an updated version. I think this is the good pairing, but Michael B. Jordan and Glenn Powell are in talks to actually be in the new Miami Vice, which is going to come out 2026. So I'd imagine that the talks have been done, to be honest. I would imagine that they would have started filming. So I reckon it's already happened. So I think that's a really good pairing for Miami Vice. Michael B. Jordan, I think, obviously, is the biggest star. And yeah, I think it could work. Glenn Powell is... We saw him in Top Gun Maverick. We know he's very charismatic. We've seen him in quite a few films. He's coming out in Running Man soon. Yeah. So I reckon it could work.
2 stars. They got rising stars, man. Like, the big, and I think they're going to try. I wonder if Michael Mann, obviously he directed the previous one, and he's done Heat, and he's done lots of other kind of like DC films. So it'd be interesting to see that. We're going to finish up with movie news, but I just want to speak about this one thing just before we kind of end up. So a couple of weeks ago, on the last episode that I was actually on, we spoke about Superman, Man of Tomorrow, and James Gunn. He is using social media, and he's using it as a tool, and I get it. They're clever.
Does it all the time. Yeah. He's always on it.
So what he's doing is he's building this narrative, he's building people, he's building the world, and he wants people to he interacts with lots of his fans, which people love. And what he's doing is he's getting people kind of like, hey, yeah, you've got Marvel on that side, and now what we're doing is, we've got DC, and we're bringing all these different characters, and he's teasing stuff. So Superman, Man of Tomorrow, he teased that Superman and Lex Luthor, they are going to team up for this new movie that's going to be coming. But they've also teased the villain, and the way he did that was by posting a picture of a brain. I'm looking at the picture right now. It's a brain where you can see you can see a head with the brain kind of like open, and you can see the kind of insides of the brain. And what DC villain do you think that could be?
Brainiac.
There you go.
Brainiac, yeah.
Brainiac. So he's teasing that, and this is going to be the first time that we see it on kind of like live action, I think live action, or like kind of big budget version of a Brainiac. And you know what? It kind of makes sense, because Brainiac is this obviously super intelligent, connected being, or whatever you want to call it. And it looks like as if Lex Luthor and Superman are going to have to team up to be able to defeat Brainiac. So Lex Luthor, obviously he's brainy himself. Superman, he's got the brawns. Join them together to defeat one of Superman's biggest villains.
Sounds intriguing though. Like,
yeah,
I mean, it's what is it going to be like? Brawn against intelligence. Brainiac's supposed to be like,
and
AI personified. And
exactly. And Brainiac, obviously, once he's hooked up and once he's connected, there isn't anything that he hasn't thought about kind of 2, 3, 4, 5 steps ahead. Because that computer mind and that kind of intelligence that he's got, and it's an alien as well. So so Devout, I can't remember if you said this, but are you caught up with Peacemaker? All of it?
I'm 2 episodes behind, but
okay. All right. So there's a massive reveal.
Is it? Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna watch it today.
Okay, so there's a big reveal which you're gonna kind of find interesting. All right, let's move on. Let's do new and streaming. Now, I kind of asked you guys this already, whether or not you've seen these, but maybe some of our listeners out there maybe have or haven't. So I want to speak about this Black Rabbit, which Devout, I think you originally brought up on a few weeks ago on a on a trailer and everything.
Trailers.
This is really, really good. So this is a thriller, and it's kind of like it's I'm just trying to think if there's anything else like it. I don't think I've seen anything else like it. So basically, Jude Law and Jason Bateman, they are brothers, and they were in a band together, and something happened which we get to hear about as the kind of episodes progress, where he had to leave New York and he had to go off, because there's no other way around putting this, is he's a fuck up. He is and everything he basically touches, it turns to shit. They were in a band together, and then somehow that seemingly messed up. They opened up a restaurant together that seemingly messed up, and then he had to leave. But 2 years later, he comes back because he owes the mob. This is Jason Bateman. He owes the mob some money, and his brother Jude Law gets sucked into this kind of game. And then before you know it, there's murders. There's raping going on. There's this kind of all this shit. There's too many plot lines to kind of mention right now, but all I got to say is it's really, really good. And I thought Jason Bateman would be the kind of the stiff upper lip guy, the kind of the business person, but he's the fuck up.
Okay.
He plays the fuck up. Like, which is like really, really good seeing that. So that's definitely worth a watch if you've got the time. Only about 6 episodes. Is there any reason
why it's called Black Rabbit? Is there any...
Yeah, there's a reason. There's a thing in the show which is called the Black Rabbit, and it's based on that. But loads of great actors in this. Great acting from everyone all involved, and it doesn't end well, which is what you want.
Because my mind was going towards, like rabbit's paw, and then the opposite of a rabbit's paw being good luck, and Black Rabbit being
this guy. Trust me, this guy is not good luck at all. Imagine if you had a brother, like, imagine there's always that, and like, there's maybe one person in the family where you're like, oh fuck, don't invite this guy to the party. Like, he's a screw up, or he's going to say something stupid. This guy, he means well, but everything he
parties. Shit, that guy's me then, yeah? Is that what you're saying?
Maybe, possibly. But listen, watch this, and you're gonna have a good time. Now, the other one that I want to speak about is Play Dirty. This is a movie that's out on Amazon. It was released just a couple of days ago. This stars Mark Wahlberg, Lakeith Stanfield. It's got who else has got? It's got Chuck Woody, which we've seen in Peacemaker season 1, and it's got a whole bunch of great actors. And you think this is going to be? It's got the trappings of a really, really good movie. Mark Wahlberg, he plays a guy called Parker. He's on a bank heist. The bank heist goes wrong, and he wants revenge, and he gets sucked into this kind of thing. It is absolutely abysmal.
Yeah, I did it.
You know what? Now, here's the thing. Yeah. It's directed by this guy called Shane Black. Shane Black is behind. He's behind Iron Man 3. He's behind The Nice Guys. He's behind Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. He's behind he wrote Predator. He wrote the Lethal Weapon movies. He's done some decent stuff.
He's been going downhill since Iron Man 3. Everything after that, or since that. But I saw this trailer, and I'll be honest, when I saw it and I realized it was him, I thought, nah, this is going to be shit. And then I knew Shane Black was behind it. I knew it was going to be shit.
Please, I've got to say this. There's a heist at the beginning of the movie. And so someone who works at the bank is drives along whilst the heist is going on. He's like, hey, I've just got to go to work, and let me just kind of like pick something up. He goes in whilst the heist is going on. He's like, holy shit, there's a heist going on. You know what? I'm going to rob the robbers.
What?
Exactly. He pulls out a gun and he starts shooting the robbers. And then Mark Wahlberg chases this guy, and then it lands in a racetrack, and it's got horses. You know what? It's the. I can't. I was so effing annoyed, man. So I only say this: if you want to watch something so ridiculous.
What, and you got nothing else to do?
You got nothing else, and you've seen everything there is. Put this one on, man, and you're gonna be like, "This is ridiculous." Honestly. Now, and finally, I've got to say this: there's a documentary out on digital download, so you can get it on. You can buy it on Amazon and Apple and all that sort of stuff, Rakuten and whatever. This is called "Wick is Pain," and this is a documentary about the 4 John Wick movies. And
okay.
I'm telling you now, and there's a reason why it's called Wick is Pain. And when you watch the documentary, they explain why it's called Wick is Pain. Here's a couple of things that I learned from this. Eva Longoria.
Yeah.
Without Eva Longoria, John Wick wouldn't have even been possible.
Oh, really?
Did she finance it, produce it, or something? Or
those guys were just about to be shut down because they didn't get the money. Eva Longoria, she stumped up the cash and she's got a producer's credit. And I didn't even realize this. And then they show you in the documentary
Is
produced
it?
by Eva Longoria. Second
Oh
thing,
wow.
it was directed by the director is Chad Stileharski,
Yeah.
but it was co-directed by David Leitch, who went on to do Deadpool and the Fall Guy and everything. They kind of had a falling out after, and the documentary kind of speaks about that. And the documentary is 2 hours. It's 100% doesn't even feel like 2 hours. Keanu Reeves is in it. He speaks about it. He speaks about the pain that they went through, how it never got off the ground, how the second one was better than the first one, and then the third one just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's really decent documentary, man. If you can find it, if you can get it, it's called
Sometimes the
Wicked Pain.
documentaries about the films are really, it makes you appreciate the films more. I felt this way
Big
when I
time.
watched the Alien Memory documentary that really talks about the
Yes.
history of Alien, the people behind it, the artists and the producers, and all the people you just wouldn't even hear of, because all we know is
Exactly.
Sigourney Weaver and all them people, James Cameron, but the people from the get-go that before it. And this sounds like it. I'm gonna watch this.
You got to tip your hat to the stunt guys in
Yeah,
on all
yeah,
these
yeah, yeah,
movies.
yeah.
Jesus, man! Like they show you exactly how some of those stunts went, like the injuries that they've had, like the training that they went through. Really decent. It's called Wicked Pain, and you can probably imagine why it's called pain. They use the word pain because it was so damn painful.
Yeah, because even on the film sets, you hear about stories where they have to do like multiple takes. I mean, and the actors just like get put through agony because it's one take that they just need in the right, in the right perspective or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, what was it? The Shining was an example of one where
Oh God.
she was
Hundreds of takes.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And it's the same thing as there's one bit in here where Keanu Reeves' stunt double had to jump off a building, land on something, and bounce off that, and then land again. But the stunt guy, he messed his back up, and then he gets up, and you see this in the document. So they started filming this documentary 10 years ago, and
Right.
he gets up, and then Chad says, "Are you okay? We got to go again." And then the
Oh wow.
stunt guy's like, okay, we got to go again. We got to go again. But inside, he's fucked his back
dying.
up.
Yeah, he's in pain. Wicked pain.
Yeah, and that's why it's called Wicked Pain. And then there's the heartache. There's the kind of the falling. The two directors, they started fighting, like behind the scenes, and they were like, no, we want to get this done. We want to do it that way. And then when it came to doing part two, they were said, look, you got to do part two, and he was like, no, I want to do Atomic Blonde. He went off to do Atomic Blonde, and then those guys all did John Wick Part 2, Chapter 2.
Definitely watch
Really
it.
good. All right, let's move on. Let's do trailers. Tell us about these ones.
Yeah, so this one's called Trap House. When I say Trap House, do you know what that is?
No.
Does anyone know what a trap house is?
Oh wait, it's drugs. It's to do with drugs, isn't it?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, Trap House.
Not that I
yeah.
do them, but
Come on now, South London man, South London man. Of course you know.
Find out when his house, what house he's in right now.
You know what I mean? Gosh. But this is Trap House. Yeah, this stars Batista, Dave Batista, Sophia Lillis, Bob Cannibal, who we saw in Ant-Man, I think, in the first one. He was the dad, or the dad,
Stepdad or something.
Stepdad. Yeah, that's right. And this basically is about Batista and his team of like special ops DEA agents, I think they are, and they bust a lot of the sort of drug people. And stereotypically, yeah, they're gonna. I think in the film, I think stereotypically they go to a lot of like Mexican drug cartels and all that kind of stereotypes. So I think in the film it does kind of lean on that a bit. Yeah, that sort of thing. And yeah, it's also got Tony Dalton. He's in this as well. And yeah, so his team are trying to hunt down these people, stop them, blah blah blah. And then his team are also struggling in life. They've got bills and all that sort of thing. So it's tempting that someone from the team wants to take some of the money that they
Yeah.
bust. Do you know what I mean? But that's not the case.
Mm.
The case is that the kids of some of the team, they are seeing that their parents are struggling, and they're thinking, hold on a second, they bust all this money, and then they still got bills, and some of their team die, and
Yeah.
the wives are left with no you know breadwinner in the house.
Mm.
Why should we suffer? So the kids get together, they start
Mm.
busting the trap houses because they get information from, I don't know how they get information from their parents. I think they get it backhand. They start going to these trap houses, getting the money, and then the
Wow.
cartels are like thinking, "Who's doing this? Who's stealing our money?" And then it
Yeah.
just turns all upside down. But it's
Is
quite an
it?
interesting one. Yeah, it's interesting. It's not a big budget from what I see, but it looks like a medium-sized kind of budget. Good. It seems like a good film. I reckon
Mm.
it's like a good film.
It
This
sounds
one's
like
out in November 14th. Yeah.
Okay.
it sounds like I can imagine it all interlinks, because if you are the one busting the trap houses, or
Mm.
you're one of the DEAs, and then your kid starts, going to these trap houses, and then it's going to somehow come back to me, because the mafia are going to be pissed off or whatever,
Mm.
and then
Double.
they're going to be thinking it's the DEA have got some someone undercover releasing information,
Mm.
but really it's my son or daughter that's basically,
They don't even know.
You wouldn't even think
yeah,
about it.
The cartel are after the kids, the
yeah,
DAA are after the cartel and the kids, but they don't know it's their own kids.
yeah,
It's a
making the
mess. It's a
connection is
mess.
just a mess.
Mm.
Interesting that one.
Hmm.
So that's called Trap House, and that's going to be out in November. Now, this
November.
one, We Bury the Dead. I did actually see this trailer, We Bury the Dead.
I
We
mean, the
haven't seen
title makes
Daisy
sense.
Ridley in a while. Well, I haven't seen a movie which she's been in, and this is so this is a horror film, and what I got from it was obviously atmospheric. This some worldwide end of days event that happens, and it's turned people into zombies, or I don't know, like something. And she's looking for her husband who's lost out there somewhere in the wilderness. And she's going around. There were shots of her holding an axe, and there's people, being attacked and things like that. So yeah, what'd you make
Mm.
of this one?
This looks very. This looks
Mm,
like probably one of her best films.
mm.
This looks like a really good film for Daisy Ridley. It also stars Brenton Thwaites, who I think is an Australian guy who was in uh,
Titans.
Titans, and he's been
He
in some
was
other.
he was Robin. No, so he
Yeah,
was Dick Grayson.
that's right. Yeah, he's been in some really good sort of good indie films that are hidden gems. So this could be
Mm,
another one. But this is basically it's a bit it's a bit, what's the word I'm looking for? End of days kind of work,
mm,
post-apocalyptic kind of situation. Some sort of military experiment has gone totally wrong. People are dead, and she's part of a team that go around trying to retrieve these bodies of people that have died.
mm,
But the bodies start to show signs of life. They start to be like the Walking Dead, and I think
mm.
they can
Mm,
run around. So it's a bit like 28 Days Later, I think, from what I see. But
Right.
this looks like a really survivalist, crazy film with a crazy concept. It looks well shot. It looks like a really good hidden gem. This
Yeah.
was made last year, so
Damn.
it's been
And
in the back
filmed
pocket.
and
Yeah,
filmed
it's
down
been
under.
made for. Is it filmed down under? There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it looks interesting. This one, of all the ones on the trailers, this one for me, it does actually look really interesting.
Mm,
I want to see this. I want to
yeah.
see this. Yeah, it's also got A Train in it. A Train's in this as well
Damn.
from
Okay.
the boys. Yeah.
Interesting. And have you noticed, do you think now there's kind of I'm seeing kind of more people are maybe moving into the horror genre? We've spoken about this before about why, Daisy Ridley, I haven't really seen her much and stuff. And maybe she's thinking, oh, maybe I can maybe gain traction in the horror genre and, they do interesting things with horror people.
They do. With a small budget, good concept, you can make a
yeah.
lot of money.
Absolutely. All right, we'll check that one out when it comes out. Let's do anniversary corner. So now Emmanuel's plucked this one out, which is a really, really good one. This is from 15 years ago, 2010, and it ties into with the movie that we're going to be speaking about. One of the movies. This is called Black Swan, and yeah, I remember when this movie came out, there was a lot of Oscar buzz about it. Natalie Portman, Darren, yeah, this is Darren Aronofsky, I think this one is. Um, and he makes really interesting movies as well. And this is a whole thing where she plays a dancer and she is pushed. And I think, what was the thing that you said, Emmanuel? She was to be kind
Yeah,
of better,
so
wasn't it, or
yeah,
something?
so she's basically like this talented but unstable ballerina, isn't it? And she's basically pushed to the verge of stardom because she wants to. She's been given this position that, obviously, in the ballerina scape, it's like pinnacle of your art, and then she's basically pushed to like breaking point and by her director. And I think we've seen it on more than one occasion where, like, when it comes to, I mean, we saw it in Ballerina, the John Wick spin-off, where even her director was just like, do it again, do it again, do it again. Like, because it's the aim of perfection.
Yeah, yeah.
To achieve perfection.
Yeah, how much should we suffer for our art?
As much as you can bear. As much as you can bear, and as much as you're willing to endure.
Yeah, before you break.
The pursuit
Deep.
of perfection is almost, unachievable. So you'll always be perfect, always be striving towards it. But yeah, this film reminds me of also reminds me a bit of Suspiria, but in a weird way, because Suspiria's dancers as
that
well.
was crazy as well.
Yeah, but this had a good cast. Vincent Cassel.
Yeah, he was the teacher.
Gangster, French guy. Yeah, Mila Kunis. Good cast. Really, really good cast. Winona Ryder was in this. Don't forget.
Yeah.
Winter Soldier was in this too. Sebastian Stan. Before he showed up in Marvel, in any Marvel.
Yeah.
In 2010, 15 years ago. So yeah, this was a good cast.
Really, really interesting. And that kind of leads into, do you want to do, should we do him first then? Because as that leads into it. Yeah. So that leads into kind of one of the main movies that we're going to be speaking about, which is Him. This is a new release. And yeah, take it away, Manny.
Oh, okay. So Him is basically, it's very, I mean, the trailer is very artistic, like a sort of like an advert basically for, I don't know, is it Super Bowl? Like a Super Bowl advert, very star spangled, stars, flashing lights, and all that. But this one, it's basically follows Tariq Withers, who's this aspiring American footballer who, as a child, he's watched his league star or team star Isaiah, who's AKA the GOAT, played by Marlon Wayans, and him and his father is basically like, well, his father was the one who inspired him, and they watched this, they watched Marlon Wayans, Isaiah's character, from stardom to stardom to stardom, winning games after games, and the father, Tariq's father, just basically kept on, pushing him, and unfortunately, there's a death in the family, and which kind of like it gives a sort of, there's an opening that comes up with Tariq, and he gets to work with Marlon Wayans, and it's just like one of those moments where you're starstruck because you've been working to basically be this person that you've been watching all your life, and you get the opportunity. It's like practicing to be, I don't know, Michael Jackson, or be as good as Michael Jackson, and then Michael Jackson invites you to come work with him, and then it's just like, oh my god, this is an opportunity that you cannot miss. So Michael Jackson was a bad example, but
yeah, well, I was going to say Michael Jackson probably not a great, but no, I know exactly what you mean. Like, yeah, maybe getting tapped on your shoulder by Michael Jordan, like, something like
Michael
that.
Jordan, yeah. So we see basically Tyreek go to be mentored by Isaiah, who played by Marlon, and I mean, it goes Pete Tong, and that's where, like, it just, things turn weird, things just turn really strange, and kind of creepy, and just don't make sense. Like, you got some crazy fans who literally are like crazy. You see, when we saw Weapons, the aunt, like one of the fans looks like the aunt.
Oh, jeez.
Serious.
No, you do not want that. And you know
Uh,
what? Let's be face it. Fans can be scary, right? Like if you imagine if you're a professional and you get stalked by a fan or you're harassed
mm,
by a fan, they can be scary fans. Like,
Mm,
but then you can't live without the fans as well. You need the fans.
yeah.
yeah,
So
it's
yeah,
true.
yeah. So this one, there's like a lot of it's kind of it's a thriller similar to like Black Swan that we mentioned in
Mm,
Anniversary Corner, where he's a talented up and coming football star, and then he's basically being mentored by Marlon Wayans, who Marlon Wayans' performance is really good in this.
is
Yeah.
it?
Like, yeah,
Oh.
it's really good in this, and you just see him being pushed and pushed to to the point of breaking, and then there's like weird stuff that just keeps on happening to him, and it just doesn't make any sense until the very end. So it's just like, yeah, you kind of like you have this thing about like you see like key people within the sports industry, like for example the doctor, and it makes a sort of like commentary or like a about how the doctors in these sports can be so pivotal as well and so
Mm,
influential because it's the sport, it's
Yeah.
the player, and
Of
if you got a
course.
star player, you got a physician who needs to basically mend that player and
mm,
put him back or her back onto the field because it's a business at the end of the day, do you know?
Mm, yeah.
And yeah, it just it's
Yeah.
intriguing.
Yeah, your body's out there on the line. Now, a lot of people, there's been a lot of chatter. I mean, I don't know if you guys picked up on this. They were like, okay, this is a Jordan Peele movie. It's produced, when I say that, I mean, it's produced by Jordan Peele, but they're saying it's kind of like a bit of a move away from Jordan Peele and things that he's been doing. What do you think? Does it have that Jordan Peele-esque vibe to it? Is there any kind of any race related kind of themes going on in there? Like,
There
about
is
how
a
we sell our bodies to, for our,
there is the race related theme in that Marlon kind of like there's a has a speech in it where he says, like in order for him to have reached the pinnacle of where he is and
Mm,
win after win after win, he's had to basically be great in order to be good
right,
for
gotcha.
for his level, whereas in
A white
comparison
person will be
to,
like,
yeah,
they
always been
they
okay.
call them great. Yeah, and they say okay, and then they just call them great anyway. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
so it's working twice as hard, like, than anyone else.
Half
yeah,
as much. Come
Yeah,
on.
yeah, I know, I get that, I
Mm.
get that. So,
Marlon
like,
Wayans, he looks in good shape though. He's 52 years old.
it's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, and in this film, I mean, he's been around for. When he did White Chicks in 2004,
I
that's
know.
21
yeah.
years ago.
Mate, even before that, I
That's mad.
remember Requiem for a Dream. That's
Record for
Darren.
night 2000.
Yeah, Darren
Mm.
Aronofsky, and in that he plays that's like a dramatic role for him as well. Like, so he
Mm.
can do drama. Like he
Yeah,
can he
Mm.
can definitely
Mm.
do the drama.
Mm.
So like okay, in terms of kind of like your no, hang on, your ratings out of 5, isn't it? Is your one out of 5?
Yeah, he does five.
yeah.
Yeah, he just comes and changes the game. He just changes the game.
Yeah. So what are we looking at? Is it up there with your kind of horror, body
it's a
horror
it's
/
it's
thriller
a 3.5.
psychologicals?
It's a 3.5.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a 3.5. It's you know what? It's got it does have the feel of like Jordan Peele in
Mm,
aspects of it, but it's very glossy
right.
as a movie. But there's real dark parts to it, and I don't know. It felt there's parts of it that felt like was it Nope, where there's
No,
Mm.
yes.
silences and scenes where it's very it's similar. It's got that sort of like that feel or that vibe with it, you know.
Yeah. So is Marlon Wayans, is he the bad guy or is it all in his brain?
I'm not going to give that bit away.
Okay.
It's to be determined whether what he's doing
Is
is.
I'll just mention some hidden gems that before we end this one. But there's a scene I think where they're doing a ritual and they're wearing pig masks. It says,
Yes.
and they say
Yeah.
that they did that because footballs they use pigskin to make footballs.
Yeah, the American
Oh.
So
football
that's
is
one of the
made
symbols of
yeah.
that. And also, we were on the right track because when Tyreek Withers was doing research for this film, he watched Black Swan
there you
and
go.
he also watched Whiplash, which we both mentioned
Oh.
before.
Okay.
We mentioned that before we recorded as to what to put on
Yeah.
Anniversary Corner. So he used those films as motivation, striving for perfection by
Yeah.
any means necessary, and actually, deteriorating and going crazy in that pursuit of perfection. So it's interesting that we mentioned those two. This film was originally going to be called Goat, but they changed the name. So,
Okay.
Interesting. So that's out now in local cinemas. Go check it out. And I'm pretty sure it'll probably be out on streaming at some point as well, really, really soon. So if you do watch that or any of the other stuff that we've mentioned so far, please do get in touch with us. Let us know your thoughts, and we'd like to speak about that. Now,
I do have to say,
go on.
Tariq Withers. Whilst watching it, he just reminded me of the guy from Prison Break.
Oh, Lincoln.
Okay, yeah.
What's his name?
Wentworth Miller, isn't it?
Wentworth Miller. Yes. Yeah, I haven't seen this guy
Prison Break.
in much.
Same.
What do we know? What do we know about Tariq Withers? What's he done?
Oh, he did. Oh, I haven't seen him much, but I've only seen him. What is it? I think he's doing I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Yeah. So let's move on. Let's speak about this one. I think we've all seen this one, haven't we?
Yeah.
Have we all seen this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is The Man in My Basement, and you know what? For a while, I didn't get the. I thought it was interesting what they did with the timing. I didn't get the timing at first.
Same. I didn't know it was back in the day, isn't it? Where was it, in the 90s or something?
It was the 90s, and I was like, hang on a second, there's something about this. Is this in the 60s? Is this in the 70s or something? And then next thing you know, I'm like, oh shit, no, this is the 90s. Like, they're speaking about Rwanda. There was like some hip hop music in there as well, and everything. So it stars Corey Hawkins, and it stars this, he's the Goblin. This guy. Is there a movie that he can't do?
He loves these weird movies, man. Like these.
Willem it's
Willem
not
Defoe,
William.
yeah.
It's Willem Defoe.
Willem. Yeah.
This guy, right? He's got a knack for choosing these creepy, weird movies. But yeah, like I said, Corey Hawkins, who we've seen before in Straight
Walking Dead.
Was it Walking Dead or? Oh, maybe it wasn't The Walking Dead. I remember.
That's where I first saw him.
Yeah. And then he was in 24. He played kind of like, the main action guy in that one. And apparently, his character was supposed to be played by Jonathan Majors.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Before things turned pear-shaped for him.
Yeah.
So this was going to be a Jonathan Majors, and you know what? When I was watching the movie, and I thought, yeah, I could see Jonathan Majors bringing that kind of erratic, kind of crazy, like side to it. But Corey Hawkins, he does a really kind of like good job, and so he plays. I'm just trying to. What was his name again in this?
Charles.
He plays Charles, African American, living in a place called Sag Harbor. He's got this massive house which has been in the family for like 8 generations.
8 generations, man.
Yeah, so it's kind of like rich history, and he's going through. I mean, he hasn't worked. He's going through money problems, and he's just kind of a bit of a slacker, right? He's just sitting at home. He's just, he's got his friends over at one point, and he's smoking, and they kind of give him some advice, and then he's not really listening. So he's a bit of a piss taker and everything, and then he gets a knock on the door. Which, if you got a knock on your door, by Willem Defoe asking if he can rent out the place, man, I'm running. I'm like, nope. There's something strange about this. So he knocks on Willem Dafoe's character, knocks on the door and says, "Look, hey, I want to rent your basement for just for
but
2 months."
the amount of money was ridiculous, though.
Crazy money. What was it again? It was $1,000 a night.
Yeah, and so
25K
65 days, $65,000. And Corey's thinking, no, I'm not
I'll
renting
sell
you
my
my
ass for that. I tell you, you can have my basement in every way you want it. You can have my basement. Have it.
There's so funny. There's just so many creepy things that go on. But his initial reaction was, no, I'm not giving you my basement, right? This, get the hell out of it, type of thing. But one thing leads to another, where he needs the money. He's like, they're going to basically come and take his home, and he's trying to scrounge around for money and whatnot. And he finds some artifacts in his house which have been left behind by his people, from West Africa and everything. And is it her name Anna Diop? I've seen her before.
Anna Diop. And I mean, they are actually even the friend. His name is Ajayi. What's his first name? The one that was in Aliens. Yeah. So they're all from West Africa as well. So it's interesting that they chose those.
And Anna Diop, we've seen before. Like she was in Titans. Yeah. So she's kind of like been in a lot of good stuff as well, and like really commanding presence. She's got like her eyes like, amazing. So she's like kind of like, look, hold on to these artifacts. Don't sell them, because if you sell these, you're selling off a part of your culture, your history. And you know what? It was so funny. He's like, he just looks at her like, that look that he gives, like, I need the money. I just need the money. So push comes to shove. He calls up Willem Dafoe's character. He's like, okay, you can stay in my basement, and whatever, we'll make this arrangement.
But that's when Willem Dafoe drops the amount that he's willing to pay, and that phone call would have been like, okay, and then,
yeah, exactly.
The way he reacted was like, say what?
Up front. Okay, fine. Like, I'm taking it. So he decides to kind of let him rent out the basement. But even before that, there was this weird scene where he's wanking off, he's jerking off. And
his
friends
his friends upstairs banging. He's watching the news. I'm like, still, I mean, that will throw a brother off, man. I mean, you got to put something a bit better on. Do you know what I mean?
It's even weirder when he's in the middle of it or just starting, and he looks at the box, and then he decides to pick up the mask, and I was like,
and he's just spatting it.
Oh man, he's just spitting on him like,
that's disgusting.
Yeah, but you know what? Now, what do you reckon? What do you reckon? Were the masks calling out for him?
I think so. I didn't realize this film. I thought it was a straight up film of, okay, Willem Dafoe come rent someone's basement out. He's a bit mad. Something happens, but there's a spiritual kind of connection and a spiritual sort of residue or something from the past, from the generations of the house, 8 generations, and all these. All what people have been through over the years, and that maybe is still lingering. And I think.
But the other thing as well that was weird for me is like before, like when I saw the graves in the backyard, I was like, "Bruh, who does that?" Like
they bury.
What? Then he said 8 generations. 8 generations. Yeah, 8 generations.
No, people do that, man.
Is it?
Because if they've got like a big enough, because. For a lot of families, it's like, you're part of the land, like, you're part of this place, so you want to be close to where you are buried or like where you lived and stuff. I get it.
Look out the window and see my auntie floating there, like floating there at night, going,
watching on the window,
washing the dishes. I'm like, just watching the dishes. I'm running. I ain't got time for that.
Even today, man, I'm busy.
Have you got any shitter? Have you made your jollof is not seasoned properly? No.
Oh Jesus! but like, you know, I think in America, maybe look, for us, I think in England probably it's not a thing that happens. Maybe that we hear about a lot in England, but I think in America it does happen. But I mean, you know, so a couple of weird things that are happening, and for me, I kind of got this thing like, yeah, the house was this kind of anchor, right? Like, you know, about this his history, about his people, his generation. Like, you know, obviously there's this, we can't not think about slavery and think about kind of like all that whole backstory as well, all that going on. But the weird thing for me is like William Defoe is in his basement and he wants to be caged up.
Yes.
And I thought this was some werewolf thing or some sort of kind of like he can't be let out.
Listen, it's easy money. He just put himself in a cage. I just got to sit 60 days.
Yeah. I think he was a fool because that you're right. That was easy money. All I got to do is feed him, keep the light on or whatever. I think, and obviously, I think because of Charles is going through a madness mentally, he's a bit of an oddball as well. Like turning down
we already
perfectly
see
good
that.
women. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like
I know.
he's a bit mad, but it's easy money. But then I think, I mean, also I'm not fully sure what Willem Dafoe was, who he was. There's still a bit of a riddle about that. He did explain certain things, but I don't fully know if I understood it.
I think he was a slave owner. His ancestors were probably slave owners.
But he said, but wasn't there a part where he said that his family was never slaves? Charles's family.
Charles.
Charles's family was never slaves.
Oh, is it? But is that definitive, or is that something he just thought, or I don't know?
I don't know. Because when I heard that bit, I was like, wait.
Because I thought maybe this was penance that William Dafoe's character is being caged up because he feels like as if, you know, he owes something.
Yeah.
And that's why he's down there. Look, he has some sort of connection to that land as well, or he's going back and something.
But it wasn't, because remember he said he did choose him. He chose him specifically.
Yes.
So there is a reason, but for me, I thought maybe you two might be able to explain it because I didn't fully get it.
Yeah.
Maybe I've got to watch that scene again.
All right, but listen, if someone offering you 65 grand, okay, fine, fair enough. But would you really have them in your basement though?
Yes.
Like that?
Yes. The fact he's caged up and he can't get out, that's even better for me. I'll have him in there.
Yeah.
I'll have him in there. Trust me.
And then he's bringing in food. What I loved was he goes to some bar. But see, this was interesting. So he then remember there's a scene where he goes to a bar and he picks up this girl.
Yeah.
And he's trying to get off with her in the car, and he's just like he can't, or he's kind of seeing like, you know, some sort of.
She goes to the patrol show, isn't it? The shop. And then he's in the car alone, and then he sees the dog. And then what was weird for me is like Willem Dafoe's character mentions about the dog and him getting off with some girl, and he was like,
"How did he know? Oh shit!
Yeah. So there's even now when I'm looking back and I'm thinking, there's some sort of spiritual, there's some sort of kind of presence and something going on there.
And you can imagine back in the day, like slave owners probably had people under their house in cages as they lived their life.
Yes,
it's a bit of a reversal.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, so this film, Emmanuel, you said it was deep, and I think you were right. It's way deeper than I think a lot of us are giving it credit for. Yeah, and I think it might go under the radar, just languishing on Disney Plus, just randomly, because they're not really pushing it on Disney Plus. It's not part of the new. I had to search for it. I didn't find it straight away.
No, it was one of the. There's something going on over there. I mean, I think William Dafoe, he's really good at playing those oddball characters, don't you reckon? Like we've seen him in other things as well. And I'm like, Jesus, he's got that face, which is weird.
Crazy.
He's got that voice.
And he got his willy out as well. They both got their willies out. I mean, I remember in Antichrist years ago, that film, that crazy film. He's there, and they lost their kid because they were banging in the shower and all that. And he was in Dracula recently, Nosferatu.
Yes, he was weird in that one.
He's a weird guy. Yeah, his face he'd be a wicked Joker if they were to cast an older version. Wicked. No makeup needed.
No.
Just put on lipstick.
That is it. That is it. There's a bit in there where Corey Hawkins, he wakes up, or maybe he's thinking about this, or he's having a nightmare or whatever. He gets up and he sees those hands. I thought that was like, there's a bit where climbing up the steps. And for me, that was kind of like imagery of like, something wants to get out, or something is trying to come out, and is it him? Is it past
Well,
trauma, or
yeah, I was struggling to understand what Willem Dafoe meant when he said in the car, he said that he basically the person he basically finds treasures, and
yes,
he's the one who's able to envisage extracting them,
The
and I was
metaphor.
like, so him being in the basement, what is he extracting? Because that just sounds mad spiritual, like he's just caged in there, like he doesn't know what to expect, but whatever he digs out,
That's a good point,
it could be, it could just be a madness. Because
yeah. I think there is definitely, maybe I have to just maybe go back and watch a bit. There was
yeah,
one
me
bit in there.
too.
There's one bit in the movie where Corey was like, "What the what the?" He's questioning the whole thing. He's like, "You're a white guy in a black guy's basement in a
Mm,
cage. If the
mm,
police come knocking on the door,
mm.
what do
yeah,
you think's going to
Finished.
happen?" It says
Mm,
it's
yeah,
game
exactly.
over. And I just thought that was so yeah, that's so true, man.
Mm.
You see something like that, and 90s America as well.
mm.
You know,
This
so
this
what?
is the film that needs to be. I think we need to all watch it again at a time where we can really absorb it and understand it. And I
Mm,
think people need to watch this and not expect a blockbuster. Expect a slow burner
yeah.
with intricate, meanings, metaphors, and with the understanding that you might not get it first time round. You just might
Mm,
not.
Yeah.
yeah,
Might not.
absolutely. Um, so I mean, yeah, I mean, look, I haven't seen him, but I mean, yeah, I mean, out of the two,
Mm,
Emmanuel, what would be your movie of the week?
I think it would be him, just
okay.
because just because like Deval was saying, I think it for the man under the basement,
Yeah.
Mm,
um, need to have that headspace to really get into it,
Mm,
whereas him was a lot more was a lot easier in terms of
mm,
recognizing the storyline, what was happening, the the like satanic iconology and stuff like that. That was peppered in the film, and it
mm,
tethers with with like um, the director's previous films as well. So it's got that
mm.
feel that I can relate to. With William
It's mad
Dafoe's
with. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, with William Dafoe's movie, there's so many bits like and there's so many bits that need to be pieced together, or need to it doesn't seem like it's fluid. It doesn't it's it's a jigsaw
yeah.
that
Mm,
needs to be pieced together, because like you said at the beginning, it was like I didn't know it was based in the 90s, but and I think that until like you hear the stuff that's mentioned, but visually the house being so remote in the country gave
mm,
no
mm,
sort of
mm,
indication of what era he was, apart from the music at the parties. There's all of this
Mm.
little things to it, and I think you need that headspace more to be able to take it in.
Just on that,
Interesting.
the early filming began in Wales in the UK. You'd
Uh-uh.
never
Oh, really?
expect
The
it, but
house?
yeah,
Wales.
yeah, Wales in the UK. So
Damn.
very interesting. But
Very
yeah, no,
interesting.
I would definitely recommend it. Go give it a watch.
Yeah, go check that out on Disney. This is on Disney Plus, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Mm.
Disney Plus, Hulu. All right, okay. We're going to be wrapping up now. That's the end of the episode. We really, really hope you enjoyed it. But before we go, we always kind of like to kind of do a bit of a what's up next. So what we got coming up next, fellas?
Next, we got Tron
Yeah.
Aries out next week. We got Roofman with Channing Tatum out next
Yes.
week as well. Uh, and yeah, that's what's coming up in the immediate future. We got Black Phone 2 coming out in a couple of weeks. So October is looking very scary.
Yep.
We mentioned Good Boy coming out as well in October.
Yep.
So we've got a few. Shelby Oaks is a film a lot of people are talking about, a horror film
Yes,
that's coming out
mate. I tried to
end of
get.
October.
I tried to get. I tried to get a screener for that one, and they were like, we
Okay,
didn't. They
okay.
didn't have any left.
Sold out.
Mm.
Really?
That was just a screener, so we could
Oh, is
kind of
it?
watch it before
Yeah, I
and,
know.
and kind of get a look on that one. Yeah, Roofman, that's going to be coming out. Black Phone 2. So
See,
there's a
this
few.
is what I
Any
said.
big
Like,
ones
it's
in
these
streaming?
horror movies, low budget, easy to make. If
Yeah,
it blows up, it blows up, and you've made like 10x your money.
trust me.
Talking our language, talking our
Yeah,
language. But no, that's
exactly.
it in the immediate future, I would say. That's it.
Yeah. All right, okay. Well, listen, folks, thanks for
Cool.
joining us on this episode, and thanks again to Manny for being here. Yeah, we hope you enjoyed it.
Until next time, peace out.
Peace out.